Hi everybody, kuningi okwenzekayo guys. A lot is happening in July. Okay. First, unqobile Ndlela uthenge indlu. Congratulations to her. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful home. Yes, okay, beautiful home for Nqobile. Congratulations to her. She's making moves. It's a good thing to acquire property. And if you can still buy property in Ramaphosa's economy, listen, kudos to you, Nqobile Ndlela. Okay? Now, when we talk about Angel Ndlela, the reality star, the real housewives, there the internet is saying something different because the internet was like, it's a beautiful home, but it's not what we expected. That's for Angel Ndlela, the real housewives, okay? So there is that story going on. And some people have tagged me on that story, and I'm like, guys, you know what I'm supposed to say with this story, but I'm not going to say it, okay? I'm not going to say, because I'm going to say it in the context of Real Housewives, what we always talk about, how the show is supposed to be about the glam is supposed to be inspirational, and sometimes as the viewers we will be feeling like the show is moving away from that thing that made us love the show in the beginning, and sometimes it might seem like Angel might not be making the cut. And it's strange because Angel last season she came in as like a construction mogul. Remember, she claimed to be the one that owned all of the construction companies. And then at some point, it wasn't clear if she owned the companies or the dad owned the companies. And then, you guys, when she came this season, there's no mention of any of the businesses that she mentioned last season. So it's like kind of confusing in terms of, is Angel rich or not rich? And we cannot talk about that because she is on Real Housewives of Durban, and that's what the show is about. The house is beautiful. Congratulations to Nqobile Ndlela. But Angel Ndlela, the reality star, the Real Housewives, the people are like, you understand. Okay. If I had to speak, not as a reviewer of the show, if I had to take myself out of the shoes of the reviewer of the show, I would say kudos to Angel for not making the wrong decisions to entertain us. Because if you are on Real Housewives of Durban, you know what the show is about. And you know what the viewers expect. The viewers, the followers, everybody expects when you are doing such a show. Not to say that the show pays you a lot. We know the show doesn't pay a lot. But we are under the impression that the show has these women that have made it. And they also are guilty of making us think that they have made it by the things that they reveal about themselves on this show. Okay, so if I had to take myself out of those shows or by a reviewer of Real Housewives, I will say that kudos to Angel for making the right decision for herself and not making a bad decision to impress us, because there are some decisions that I've seen other ladies make where I feel like they're making decisions just because they are on Real Housewives of Durban, and it's questionable whether they can really afford what they are getting for themselves. It's almost like the image situation. So Angel went the other way, where Angel was like, listen, I will get the house that I can afford, and I'm not going to make a bad decision for your entertainment. Okay? So congratulations to Nqobile Ndlela. Now, you guys, Wandi Ndlovu has been arrested, okay? Allegedly. They are saying Wandi and her cousins did something to their uncle, and they ended up getting arrested, and the uncle is with the Lord. And whatever it is that they did resulted in the uncle going to be with the Lord. Now, people are like, oh, what? What is arrested? And I'm like, guys, listen. We are all Africans and we are all black people, okay? But there is labantu laba, They are our brothers and stuff, but we all know that when you spend a lot of time with this group of, African brothers, your life is never the same. It might look glamorous from the outside. You might look like you are made. You might look beautiful. You might be driving the cars. You might be living in the houses. But spiritually, kuvele kube ne-cloud elikulandelayo, like a dark cloud that follows you after you mingle with the group. It's like the brothers it's our brothers, but as South African women, we kind of have to love those brothers from a distance, okay? And we have been watching Wandi being out here saying, I love your hearings. I love your hearings. I'm moving to Manila. I'm moving to... So what did we expect? What did we expect that... that one was going to come back to South Africa and become the president of the country? Hell no. Okay, it was either this, or maybe she was going to one day be arrested while traveling, getting in a plane somewhere, because those are the kind of stories that happen with these women. Or some of them, you find there's a story that a woman was at the top of the building trying to end it all. But something always just doesn't go right after you spend a lot of time with that group, okay? And people might see the story be like, but what does an uncle have to do with that group? It's almost like it's spiritual, you guys, like honestly, okay? So yes, people like saying, oh, we don't like one South African man, we like Nigerian man. But okay, things like this happen afterwards, after you are going after the Nigerian man, after you love the Nigerians, after you move to Nigeria, okay? So I hope that story is true, but if it is true, I'm not shocked, okay? Because Wandi has been loving the Nigerians a little bit too much, okay? So that's what's going on with Wandi. There is another story, you guys, where they are saying that Dominic, the TikToker, the content creator, is threatening to sue Seema because Seema had taken a picture that was shared by Dominic publicly and made it her profile picture. Now Dominic is threatening to sue Seema. So I'm like, listen, give me one case, case where Dominic has successfully sued somebody. No, I'm waiting. Yes, just one. Okay. Let me give you the time, because I'm sure there are many cases where Dominic has sued people and won. Okay, so whatever the number is of the people that Dominic has sued and won, the cases that made it to court and she won and she got the money, those cases, Seema must just join the queue there. So whatever the number of people that Dominic has sued, Seema must join, because she's going to be sued too. Because whatever the results was for the people that Dominic has sued, they're going to be the same for Seema. Nyangtol? Exactly. Seema will just have to join the queue, okay? And how long that queue is depend on the number that you're about to give me, because you are still calculating the number of people that Dominic has sued successfully. You understand? So that is my thing on that. Now, you guys, okay? Somebody had said that, can I please watch the interview Advocate Ndlovu on Maggi Podcast and Chill? Guys, who's going to tell me where the interesting parts are? Because, haibo, yaze in the interview. And I'm struggling to listen to the man. I don't know why, because he does have an interesting story. I'm struggling to watch that. I don't know how many times I've clicked on it and watched, and then I get distracted, and then I click on it and watch, and then I get distracted. I think it's not like interesting enough content for me. That whole thing about Senzo Meyiwa and Kelly Kumalo and all of this. I think it's not interesting enough for me to stick around and watch that interview to the end. I don't know, you guys. If I'm able to at some point I will, but right now I ngiyahluleka, guys. I ngiyahluleka, shame, ngiyahluleka. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Okay, that's what's been going on in July. I think with July I'll pay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Like it before, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Cool.